All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. And today is July the 2nd of 2024, and it's a Tuesday. And that means that I'm doing another tour of Utah video. And today I am in Orem, Utah. I'm actually here at the Center Street and State Street right here in Orem. And let's go ahead and let's talk about Orem right after this. Back to Traveling with Justin, and yes, tour of Utah is still going on, and so I am in Orem, Utah. Okay, that is just north of Provo. All right, so let me give you a little bit of history about the city of Orem. Okay, so the city of Orem, that's the new city center, the police station and city offices. All right, so the city of Orem, it was known as Sharon. City of Sharon, okay? That means that it's a long, flat ground. And then it's also known as the Provo Bench. But as time went on, they were thinking we need a different name so people will know who we are, because there was a ton of farmers here and they had orchards and stuff and they wanted to ship out the produce. And so at the time, the Salt Lake City / Utah Railroad came through Orem, and the president or the owner of that railroad company, his name was Walter Orem. And so they're like, hey, we'll name it Orem. And so that's how Orem became the city of Orem. All right, so let's just give a rundown of some facts here. Okay, yeah, we're looking southbound here on State Street in Orem. All right, so Orem has a population of 95,910 people. The elevation is 4,774. The area codes are 801, 385, and 435. So Orem was founded in 1877, and the Orem Charter was granted on May 5th of 1919. So this right here, if you go this direction, that's heading east on Center Street. And then if you go this direction right there, that's west. And then of course that's north on State, and down this way is south. All right, so before we get too far in the video, I want to encourage you guys just to stick around with me, okay? Yeah, it might be choppy, the video might be choppy and stuff like that, but I've got a point to the video, okay? There's a lot to Orem that I want to convey across. I grew up here. So in the video, you might be seeing places like, hey, this is my neighborhood. You know, here's the Murdoch Canal Trail. We used to do stupid things in it, you know, because, you know, I grew up here in Orem. And so, yeah, stick around. Just watch the video. I would really appreciate it. All right, so I am standing here on the corner of 800 North and State Street. So 800 North is this traffic right here going east to west, and that is State Street going north to south. So Orem has 4 different exits. All depends on how you're coming and stuff like that to Orem. So if you're coming from the south that way, and you're coming northbound on I-15, you have the University Parkway. That is a major road that goes from the freeway into Provo. And it also has the University Place and Light and stuff like that. We'll talk about that here in a minute. All right, and then we have Center Street in Orem, and that comes up and that goes right into the heart of Orem, supposedly the heart of Orem, but University Parkway is the hub of Orem. So, and then we have right here is the 800 North and exit, and then this goes from the freeway all the way through Orem, all the way up to Provo Canyon, so you can go up to Provo Canyon to go to Heber City. The next one is 1600 North in Orem. 1600 North is up on the north side of Orem, and it has changed a lot over the years. All right, so yeah, this is actually, we're standing where the Dairy Queen used to sit, but that got torn down when they expanded a little bit of State Street and 800 North. So yeah, that got torn down. But hey, look what we got. There's a Starbucks right here. And there's also Macy's. So yeah, I'm on 1600 North and State. So this right here, that is 1600 North. And then this right here Goes north to south is State Street. All right, so now, yeah, 1600 North is getting really busy lately. They're thinking of expanding it up to like 800 North to have 6 lanes, well, 7 lanes technically, across the board there. But yeah, so this is 1600 North in Orem, the 4th exit, or the 1st, depending on where you're coming from. All right, so right now I am at the University Parkway and State Street intersections here in Orem. So yeah, University Parkway is one of the exits here for Orem. So State Street goes north and south. The University Parkway goes east and west. All right, and so yeah, I'm standing right here. This is kind of like the shopping hub of Orem. You've got Jared, of course, and you've got this big building right here. Now, this was just built here by the Woodbury Corporation, who owns University Place. That's where actually we're at. We're at the mall. So let's go ahead and let's go take a look at the mall. All right, so University Place, it's actually called the University Mall. It was built in 1972. Provo was initially offered the mall down in Provo, but Provo was like, nah, we don't want a mall. We don't want that big thing here. And so they came to Orem and they built this huge mall here. It wasn't quite as big as it is today, but they built the mall here, and they had ZCMI, and then JCPenney moved from Provo up to the University Mall. Over the years, they updated it and stuff like that. And then the Woodbury Corporation decided, hey, you know what? We are going to do a major renovation of the University Mall. What they did was they had a vacant spot because JCPenney decided to go back down to the Provo Town Center when that opened up. And then Mervyn's went out of business. So they had 2 anchor spots that they needed to fill. So yeah, RC Willey came up to the mall, and they're on the east side down there. Here's a picture of RC Willey. And that was probably the best move RC Willey could do. They had a spot down in Provo, and then they moved to Orem, down a little bit on University Parkway, but coming here to the University Mall or University Place, it probably was a good move for them. And they tore down Mervyn's. They haven't extended on out there. They made it a play area out there, and it's a kind of a cool area. Now, during the upgrade, University Place has added parking structures right here. And they also added hotels, or apartments, not hotels, but apartment buildings on there. And then they have this big, huge building that a whole bunch of office space and things like that for companies to come in. What a unique place to have here at the University Place is an office building, so people can come over here, because yeah, they do have some good restaurants here. We just got the Cheesecake Factory, and there's P.F. Chang's right here, Buffalo Wild Wings, and there's a lot more food inside. There's some sushi places right down here. I mean, yeah, so the University Place has a lot of potential for entertainment. I can tell you that this is a lot busier than the Provo Town Center. And there's a bank right there, and the Tucano's Brazilian Grills right over there. And then over here, we have See's Candy and Costa Vida, and then Chico's, and then we have more restaurants down there in the parking lot of University Place. So yeah, we're right here in front of University Place on the corner, and there's the big glass building, and then right down here is Dillard's. That's on the west side of the mall. Then over in the parking lot is Trader Joe's. Orem has a local thing called Orem Fest. All right, so it used to be called the Orem Summer Fest. It was that for like 52 years until Milwaukee came along and said, hey, we trademarked all that, so give us some royalties and stuff like that. There's a YouTube video link down in the description, or you can head over to travelingwithjustin.com and search for a tour of Utah and then find Orem. All right, and so let's go ahead and let's go take a look at what the Orem Fest is all about. All right, so it's a good place for families to come and stuff like that and celebrate what Orem, get together and do what Orem Nights do, or people who aren't from Orem. So yeah, they have some entertainment right here. Then of course they have a carnival, and they have a lot of shops. So let's go ahead, let's go take a look at the shops. All right, so yeah, we've got a lot of different shops around here, selling their goods. All right, so yeah, the Orem Fest is held in the city center park right there off of Center Street, and it gets kind of crowded. It's changed over the years since I grew up there. But yeah, it's a fun place to go. There's plenty of shops you can go buy things at, and there's plenty of food trucks there. Plenty of food trucks. There's a lot of different varieties of it. But yeah, there's just a lot of people there selling their crafts and things like that. So it kind of makes it, like a typical city fest where people will just go out and they'll socialize and look around and see what there is to buy. There's also a carnival that is there as well, and they had a lot of fun rides and things like that. I didn't go on it. It looked like it was fun. There's some food right there, but yeah, it's all held right there in the city center park, right there behind the office buildings and the courthouse, and right in front of the senior citizens building right there. And so yeah, if you're ever in Orem the first week of June, I would check it out because it's a lot of fun. The events, we have a cornhole, Orem Fest Fit, the kickball, talent, breakfast, baby contest, grand parade, and fireworks. And the carnival rides are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, boutiques, food vendors, and then Thursday. Okay, so we are right here at the Canyon Park Tech Center, and that is located up here on 1600 North, which is right here, and it comes down and it turns into 800 East right over there in Orem. So this is where We're Perfect started at. Well, it didn't really start here. It started in the basement of an Orem City building, I do believe. And then once it got popular, it moved up here, bought this land from the Gilmans. This used to be the Gilman Orchard. So they bought the land from them and they converted it into We're Perfect Complex. Right here in the Canyon Park Tech Center. Here, there's Building K right there. And then there's Building L across the street. That's for the UVU's culinary school. We'll be talking about University of Utah here in just a minute. But I'm standing here, so I thought it'd be a good idea to tell you the startup companies that have started here in Orem, Utah. All right, so Bluehost, that's a web hosting company. They actually were started here, and they had a call center at one of these buildings. Blendtech, Caldera, Chess.com, Fishbowl Inventory, Flexism, Mighty Light. Now, yeah, Mighty Light's over down on the west side of the I-15. Novell, yeah, it was founded here, but moved to Provo. Amateur, PowerQuest, Wahoo Studios, okay, and they did the Ninja Bay. We're Perfect. It's owned by Corel now up in Canada, but We're Perfect, yeah, it was founded here in Orem, and this is the complex that we're standing in that We're Perfect started. Exactware, yes, Exactware was started here in Orem, Utah, actually right there in the neighborhood I used to live in. And then Zuka Juice. All right, so yeah, this tech center is an awesome place to have businesses at. There's several different types of businesses in here now. Well, yeah, one time We're Perfect used to own the whole entire thing, but once Microsoft Word came out and they started dominating the market and stuff like that, they had to sell the buildings off and stuff like that. So the Canyon Park Tech Center was born. All right, so you might be thinking to yourself, what is there to do in Orem, Justin? What can you do in Orem, Utah? Well, this right back here is currently closed right now, but this is the site of the Utah Valley University Art Museum. Now, a little bit of history behind this house right here. Okay, so this house was owned by the Bastions. They were co-owners of We're Perfect. And when they got divorced in I think it was 1998, the wife stayed here, and the husband, Bruce, he went up to North Orem and he built himself a big house. Here's a picture of from the sky. So when she passed away, she said that she wanted the house donated to UVU for purposes of art, because she was really into art. So yeah, this is the Bastion House. It's now the art gallery. So what other things can we do here in Orem, you might ask? Well, the Murdoch Canal Trail is right here. So one of the things you can do here in Orem is this trail right here, okay? It will take you all the way up into Linden, and it will continue to go. All right, and if you go this way, this will eventually lead, if you go kind of a south east direction, you'll hit the Provo Trail. And that you can either go up to Provo Canyon, Bravo Falls, or you can follow it all the way down to Utah Lake if you want. Now, over here, so over in this area, there used to be a ton of hills right there, and we even had one person who rode his bike down the hill and jumped the big canal. It was, the canal was pretty big, and it was kind of dangerous, but we did a lot of stupid things on this trail right here. But this right here, yes, this is one of the things you can do here in Orem. All right, so the Nilsson's Grove Park, the Hell Center Theater, the Altogether Playground, the Sierra Shell Outdoor Theater. It's called the Sierra Shell. Here's what it looks like. It is located just off by 4th East in Orem, between 800 South and 400 South. And yeah, it's a big outdoor area where you can sit on the grass and watch plays and concerts and stuff like that. Tears for Fears actually played there at one year. Mount Timpanogos Park. Now this is an odd one. Uncle Sam's Army Navy store. That's a really odd one, but that's kind of cool. You go in there and they have everything Army Navy. There's the Orem City Center Park. Shopping at the University Place Mall. Classic skating. Yes, you can go roller skating. The Sierra Center of the Arts. So yes, Orem has the Sierra. It's the Center of the Arts. UVU has this art gallery right here. So yeah, there's plenty of things to do here in Orem. If you want to know about the museum hours, if you want to look at art, there's this art gallery, or there's the one at the Sierra. Actually, my grandpa used to work at the Sierra, but that's a different story for a different time. All right, and so yeah, there's plenty of things to do in Orem. I mean, if you want to go hiking and stuff, we don't really have hiking trails except for the Murdoch Canal Trail. But you have to go to Provo, or you have to go into Pleasant Grove or Linden to actually get to any mountains or hills to get to the mountains to hike. But yeah, there are plenty of things to do here in Orem. There's shopping, there's eating, and there's all sorts of things. But those outdoor activities, the parks and stuff like that, that is kind of what Orem is all about, because they're a family city USA. Nation-wise, Orem's part of the Alpine School District. And for college level, Utah Valley University. It went from a small community college up to an actual university. It actually is the largest public university in the state of Utah, and that's located right here in Orem, Utah. I-15 is just that way. University Parkway is just that way. So it's just right off the exit, and this is where the Utah Valley University Wolverines, that's their mascot. And it has grown. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at, I'm going to use Google Maps right now to show you how big the building is. All right, so we were talking about the 4 exits that you can get to Orem by, University Parkway, Center Street, 800 North, and 1600 North. But we also have a different mode of transportation you can get to. This right here, this is Front Runner. This is coming from Salt Lake, and it goes to Provo right there. So yeah, we have the Front Runner. So we were talking to Provo how they had the rapid bus or transit system, or I can't remember what it was called. So in the Provo post, we were talking about how they had a Provo Central Station with the front runner that gets off and they can get on the bus and go throughout there. Well, this is where it all ends at. Okay, this is where the buses end at right here. Okay, UVU is right over there. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but this bridge right here is a big, huge pedestrian bridge that goes over the railroad tracks for Front Runner and for Union Pacific. And it goes over the freeway. And it goes over the road the frontage road right in front of Utah Valley University on the west side. So yeah, you can get there via that bridge, or you can take the bus. But yeah, this is the Front Runner. All right, so you're probably thinking to yourself, all right, Justin, you've showed us Orem, but is there any places to eat? Well, of course there are places to eat. It's just like any other normal big city. I mean, you have your McDonald's, you have your Wendy's, your Arby's, your Burger King. We have Wingers. We have Texas Roadhouse. We have P.F. Chang's. We have the Cheesecake Factory. Yes, that's just new. And there are just a ton of other places that we can eat here in Orem. Like there's a Baskin Robbins. There's a Wiener Schnitzel. Yes, there's a Del Taco. That my mom totally loved the shakes there. And there's a lot of different places, but here are a few of the places that I like. These are not corporation ran. Okay, one might be, but we'll just go from there. All right, so Joe's Cafe. That is located on South State Street by the mall. Okay, so it's just a little tiny shop. Some people might differ, and it's like, oh, really, you like that? But it's just a unique experience to go there. If you don't order the grits, the chef will be really mad. Because we went in there one time, we had pancake, I like breakfast food. And he was like, why didn't you order the grits? I was like, because I didn't want grits. So he brought us some grits, and we each had grits, and they tasted good, but I'm just not a grit type of a person. But still, Joe's Cafe is it was super nice. I enjoyed it. And so then we have Cowley's. That is located on State Street as well. It is just a little local restaurant. The food's decent. We went in there for breakfast. Yeah, I always like to eat breakfast at these places, okay? Sue me, okay? I like breakfast. And yeah, it's a good atmosphere. There's a lot of different types of foods and things like that. So yeah, Kelly's I really like. All right, True Religion. It's located on State Street between 4th South and 8th South in Orem. And it all depends on when you go in there. One time we went in there, excellent service. And then my friend went back and horrible service. But the food was good. His food, took a long time to get out to him. That's why it was horrible service. But it's all just a miss, like everywhere you go. But True Religion, I really like True Religion, okay? Mama Choose. All right, so this is at the mouth of Provo Canyon. So if you get off on 800 North and you head east, you'll get down to the mouth of the canyon. There's a gas station and Mama Choose is on the left, right there. It serves pretty good Mexican food. I haven't eaten it for a little bit, but yes, I love that food. All right, and then we have Cubby's, Cubbys, okay? So this, I don't know if it's like a mom and pop shop, but because there's one here in Orem, there's one in Pleasant Grove, there's one in Spanish Fork, stuff like that. So it is a pretty good, decent place. It's not breakfast food. It's like a lunch and dinner, like hamburgers and things like that. All right, so then we have, besides Baskin Robbins, let's get it for ice cream. So the Chocolat is located on State Street. It is just all about desserts, cookies, brownies, cakes. Just so good. My wife and I love to go in there and get some cookies and brownies and some cakes. So yes, the Chocolat is pretty good. All right, and then I've never ate at this place, but I've heard it's really super good, and I want to go there as soon as my diet's over so I can have barbecue sauce, not barbecue meat, but barbecue sauce, is 5 Star Barbecue. That's located on Geneva Road. I heard it's pretty good, but I need to go there to verify it, but you can take it with a grain of salt right now, but when I go there, I will tell you about it. So Orem, you might thinking, yeah, they have some startup companies, We're Perfect and stuff is right here. They have Utah Valley University, the fastest growing university in the state of Utah, the largest as well. So what else comes from Orem, Utah? Well, let me name some notable people that comes from Orem, Utah. Okay. So Alan Ashton, you might say, who's that? Well, he is one of the co-founders of We're Perfect. I actually went to high school with two of his kids. Okay, Lavelle Edwards. If you don't know who Lavelle Edwards is, then you might not be a fan of college football. But he was the BYU football coach forever. He's the one who won the national championship with BYU in 1984, and he grew up in Orem. My mom actually went to high school with him. Okay, Julianne Hough, Dancing with the Stars. She's from Orem. Gary Herbert, you might not know him, but he was the former governor of Utah. Chad Lewis. Okay, you might be thinking, Chad Lewis, I've heard of that name before. Yeah, he played tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles. He also played tight end for the St. Louis Rams. And so he's from Orem. All right, and of course, Donnie and Marie Osmond. The whole entire Osmond family, they're notable people. So Donnie and Marie Osmond, of course everybody knows who Donnie and Marie Osmond are. Yes, they are here from Orem. They have the Osmond Studios up on 800 North. I don't know if it's still called the Osmond Studios or not, but that is where the Osmonds, they grew up here. So they're very notable. Jennifer Gardner had a crush on Donnie Osmond, by the way. So that's just a handful of notable people that are here in Orem. There's a lot more. There's a list out on my blog if you want to go check it out. I'm just sitting in a pavilion in Orem, okay? Just hanging out in a pavilion. So here are my thoughts about Orem, okay? I'm actually drinking an icy Starter Burst. It's the orange flavor as well because I am parched. It's been a hot day. So yeah, my thoughts of Orem. Yes, Orem started out as a orchard farming community, okay? It wasn't that crowded. And then it started to grow. I grew up on 1600 North in Orem. And if you want to, you can check out my bonus video that I'm going to have on Friday, July the 5th of 2024. I'll be talking a little bit about my personal history and things like that. And so it started out a small community. And then it grew to 98,000 people, 95,000 people. So it grew tremendously. I mean, yeah, Orem is like the central hub for shopping. I mean, you've got Provo, and you've got some shopping there, but Orem's got it. I mean, they've got the University Place. So yeah, Orem also has strip malls right there on University Parkway. You can go to the south side of University Place, or the University Mall, or you can go to the west side of the University Place, and there's shopping centers, strip malls. And so yeah, I think it's like the shopping hub. They also have car dealerships. But yeah, Orem I think is the central location, the central hubs and stuff like that. There's been a lot of startups that have come to Orem, and it's just a good place to live and grow up. It might be too busy for some people, and I don't know if you've actually made it this far in the video, but I'm glad if you did. So yeah, that is my thoughts on Orem, Utah, and thanks for sticking around. And if you want to find out more about videos like this, about cities here in the state of Utah, I'll be doing a few more here in Utah County before I branch out to other counties here in Utah. Give it a like, okay? Give it a like and push it out to people that might be interested in the city of Orem or the state of Utah. All right, so hit that subscribe button. I will have more videos out about different places in Utah and some of my travel adventures here. That's coming up. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. And until the next one, I will see you later. Bye.